And so I try to lead by example. Is this frustrating? Doing this, rambling about, semi-sensible things? It might be. But the beauty about it is that I I feel invigorated. I have a renewed sense of purpose, especially when it comes to this page. Because all of this used to be about me. So the page was a little bit narcissistic. Yeah. But now the page is more selfless now. It's more about, hey, I made my mistakes. I'm correcting them. So now that I'm correcting them, I can go through that process with you and say, look, I'll connect your WhatsApp business to your Facebook and your Instagram so that when people go to those pages, they'll know, hey, and then tutorials are already made to show people how to get to your Instagram, how to get to your Facebook, how to message you for business inquiries, how to sign up for your classes using a Google form because the Google form is already in the Instagram link. So if they want to go to the Instagram link, they click on that, boom. You can just, if you want to register for class, there's a Google form. The Google form is right there. And it's the easiest way because everybody's on Instagram. At least, all right. I even did the study. I think Facebook has close to 3 billion something users. Instagram has somewhere a little over like maybe 2.1, 2.2 billion users. And now that's where things get interesting. See, this might be a real conversation for another day, but let me try and close. All right, I'm going to try and close. A lot of people, they like to do this thing where so let me walk you through it now. So you have what I have labeled as Y-Fit. Okay? Y-Fit. Yeah, let me apologize if my WhatsApp looks a little bit suspect. Oh my God. Oh man. So you have the WhatsApp there. Yeah, let me apologize for this video being as long as it is. All right. You know, yeah, why am I write lean? Why am I writing lean, man? Why am I doing that? Why am I doing that? All right, cool. Yeah, look a bit better. Look a bit better. No, there's a reason why I'm writing these. I've I've heard people say something to this effect. I've heard people say to me they don't need a Facebook account. I've heard people say this to me. I've heard people say this to me. They don't need a TikTok account. I've heard people say that to me. This is it. So instead of having 5 out of 5, you want 3 out of 5. So you want to get 60%. That's what you're saying. And that's the problem with that's the pie that I wanted to show you. PIE, perspective is everything. Because seriously, 3/5, what is that? If you multiply that by 2/2, okay, let's look at it again. That is 6/10. Multiply that by 10 over 10. What that? That's 60%. So you're telling me you want to get 60% on a paper. So in your endeavor to monetize and get the most out of your social media, you only want 60%. That's it. So you're not ambitious. You don't want to get the A. So you're glad to get the C. Anyway, I'm only presenting it to you like this because I've heard people say, I don't need this because, well, I've not had success on this platform. Fine. You've never had success on the platform. Let somebody manage that for you. It's not your job to be successful on the platform. You let the person that manages the social media manage this for you. It's really that simple. Right? Sorry about that. This, that, and this are connected. Right? So there's if you're going to be running ads, right? Sometimes to get people to look at these videos, you saw what I did there, right? Okay. Oh my God. Yeah. So anyway, sometimes you drop the links of this over here. Think about this. Can you drop links from this over here? No. I did it again, didn't I? I don't know what's wrong with me. Yeah, you can't drop links from here over here, right? Right? You're not able to do that, right? You can't drop it over here, and you can't drop it over here. Can't do that. But you can drop the links from here, and over here. You have to find neat and unique ways to get people interested in what you want them to look at. For example, let's say I want you to look at all of the live streams that I do, and you miss the live stream. Well, if you miss the live stream, here you go. I'll just tell you, I dropped the live stream link, right, in the WhatsApp channel. So go ahead and watch it before they delete it. 1. 2, I can also make it available to you after I download the entire live stream and I re-upload the entire live stream and also make it up. So you'll get the original live stream link and then maybe the downloaded link after the fact. That way, just in case they decide to delete it, we have our own copy that we can actually see over here, right? So you just have to get creative about what you're doing. So this is the problem. When people are adamant, like they're like, oh, I don't need this and I don't need that. And you look at them and you go, so let me get this straight. If you went into MMA, you're telling me you don't want to learn grappling and you don't want to learn Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Well, you're going to get cooked out there. That's all that's going to happen. And we're just going to watch you get destroyed. And when it happens, you're going to be like, we're just going to look at you and be like, you told us you had no interest in learning that. I'm not going to be the one to tell you that you should have learned it. Think about this as what? The subjects that you're doing in PEP. You think you can look at them and say, oh, I don't need social studies. You have to do it. You have to do the social studies. You can't tell them that, oh, well, I don't need that anyway. No, you need the social studies. You need the science.